Hey guys, how's it going? Markel here, back with another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. With that being said, this question is asked probably the second most of all the questions I get asked about living here in this country. And that is, do I plan on buying a house here in Medellin or anywhere in Colombia? Okay, so first let me just start off by saying I'm currently 50 years old, right? And I've owned 3 homes in my lifetime. All 3 have been in Phoenix, Arizona. My first home I purchased, my mortgage was right around $600. The second home I purchased, my mortgage was under $2,300. And the third one I purchased, the mortgage was around 11 or 12, somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And then I ended up just buying a manufactured home in Yuma and then bouncing back and forth from different countries back to Yuma. Okay, so that's just a brief history. And then as far as vehicles go, from owning a small business, from the time I was 16 when I got my first car was a 1988 Nissan Sentra, to the last one I purchased, which was a 2016 BMW X5 M4. No, M series, not an M4, M series. I don't know why I'm saying M4, it's an M series. I've owned car, trucks, and motorcycles, 25 vehicles. So I've had my fair share of owning a home and owning vehicles, okay? So I'm a disabled American veteran, as a lot of you guys know. So I have been deemed unable to drive for long periods of time. Like, I can drive if I need to in an emergency situation because I still have my license. But driving long distances, driving for a long period of time, I can't do stuff like that anymore, which is why I have a driver here. So when it comes to wanting to own property, I honestly have no desire to own a property anymore. I love renting. And the reason why I love renting is because it's less responsibility. The amount of rent that you want to pay is up to you because you decide what areas and what location you want to live in. Obviously, the better the location, the more your rent's going to be. The not so great location, the cheaper your rent's going to be. Or you can move to a smaller town and you can determine what you want to pay. You can pay, I've seen areas where it's $75 a month all the way up to $5,000 a month. So you get the choices between that. But for me, I don't want any more responsibility of being a homeowner. I've been there. I've been there when the appliances break, something breaks in your house, your dishwasher, or there's a pipe break underneath your sink, or the toilet breaks, or the hot water heater goes out, or the refrigerator goes dead. I don't want those responsibilities anymore. For me as a renter, I just make a phone call. They're gonna send someone to fix it. I'm not having to fix anything. Even if a light bulb goes out, I'm not going up there to fix it. I'm not replacing it. Somebody's coming to replace it. That's just how that works. That's the way I would like it to be. As we get older, or as I get older, because I'm speaking about myself, and the health goes as you get older, your health deteriorates more. I don't want to be 65, 75 years old still paying a mortgage. I don't want to do that. Even if I'm paying cash for a property here, I still have to pay taxes. So it's not mine. If I get sick all of a sudden and I haven't been paying the taxes on that property, they're still going to take it. Make no mistake about it, they're still going to take it. So it's never really yours here. You're still paying taxes. Okay? You still have those responsibilities. I'm trying to get away from things like that and have one bill. That's all I have here is one bill. That bill includes all the utilities, everything. They come on the 1st, here's your money, I'll see you the next month on the 1st. That's it. Anything that happens in between, anything that breaks in between, they're responsible for it, not me. And I wouldn't have it any other way. If I wasn't in this apartment, honestly, I would probably move into a hotel. Because again, that's least responsibility. Here I pay a housekeeper, a maid, I have a caregiver, I have a driver, and a part-time chef. If I moved into a hotel, I would just have the caregiver, I wouldn't even need the part-time chef, and the driver. That would be it. But again, it goes back to what you want and what you're using it for. Now, I understand people who want to rent them for Airbnbs. Maybe they have a business model already where they're renting properties in the States and they want to expand internationally and rent Airbnbs. But as just someone who just wants to buy a home, I have no desire to buy a home. Just like I have no desire to buy a car or a motorcycle or any of that. I want zero responsibility here, none. Okay, that's why I have a driver. I have a driver because I don't want to do maintenance on a car. I don't want to buy tires. I don't want to put on brakes. I'm not trying to deal with any check engine lights or anything. All I do, get in the back, put my headphones in, make sure I see where I am and where we're going, the direction we're going in, and I'm good. I can go right back to anything else I had going between writing emails, responding back to different subscribers on my channel, and that's it. You know, for me, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, right? But I get why some people want to buy property. That's an American thing to me, or a first world thing where you want to feel like you own something, like it's yours, like you have this. But for me, I want the freedom. Freedom is more important to me than ownership. I want the freedom to leave when I get ready. I don't want to be tied somewhere because I got to hold on. I got to either try to sell this property or do something with this property, get somebody in here. I can just leave anytime I want. That's the beauty part of becoming a minimalist, is letting go, right? Letting go of things that could end up being a burden on you. And as we get older, right? I don't want those responsibilities. It's kind of like when somebody's too old to live in a home by themselves, where do they normally put them? In a nursing home. What's a nursing home? That's just like renting, right? Once you stop paying, they're gonna put your ass out. So you gotta keep paying, right? So I don't want that. And then the last thing I'll say about owning property is, who am I owning the property for? Me? To leave it to who? Because my kids ain't coming here, my family ain't coming here, and they're not gonna want to take the responsibility of paying the taxes here. So why would I purchase here just to give it right back? It's like, that makes no sense to me. Now, other people's situations may be different. You know, they may have their child here with them. They may have family members here with them. They may have family that comes visit. But for me, it makes no sense. I'm better off having a $2-3 million policy in life insurance. That way, if something happens to me, they get the payout. They ain't got to deal with nothing else here. And the little bit of stuff I'm going to own, 2 bags, a couple of electronics, they could care less about that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's not something that makes a whole lot of sense to buy here. And let me also say this, the value, right? When I first moved here in 2017, or first started coming here in 2017, I moved here in 2018, got my ID card in 2019, beginning of 2019. The rate of peso at that time was like 32 or 33 to 1. Had I bought property back then, and look at where we are now, I'm probably upside down $40,000 to $50,000. And my thing also is this: when I buy stuff, for those of you who have followed me know this, when I buy stuff, I try to buy the top stuff. I try to buy the best stuff. Like in the area I'm in, this is one of the top areas you can live in here in Poblado, the Golden Mile. So if I'm gonna buy a property, I'm probably gonna try to look for a property $350,000 to $500,000. I'm not looking to buy a $60,000 house. Nothing against people that do that, but I'm not interested in that because that's not somewhere I would want to live. I'm not interested in buying a $100,000 house. I've seen those. I've seen areas that they're in. That's not something I would want to buy or an area I would want to be in. It's not knocking anyone else. I'm just telling you about me, what I like. Sort of like vehicles. If I named you every vehicle I pretty much own besides the 1988 Nissan Sentra and a, God, I can't think of the other car I had. It was like a mid-range car that was like 20-some thousand. Other than that, everything else has been Beamers, Lexus, Tesla. Go big or go home. Besides the work trucks, there were Ford F-150s, Chevrolet Silverados, And I think I had one Dodge Ram at one point. But you either go big or go home. So if I'm going to make a purchase, I'm going to go all in. And if I go all in, that means I'm going to be upside down like a mug here. And I don't want that. Okay? I'm not trying to leave with debt. I'm trying to leave with as little as possible. So whoever's got to deal with my situation ain't dealing with much because I'm living out of a suitcase. That's my thinking. Versus I'm buying a home, I'm stuffing it with everything, and who's going to be there to pay the property taxes? Who's going to want to take on that responsibility of a home in a whole nother country? No. That's how I'm looking at it, guys. So as far as buying property in a nutshell, no. I have no interest in buying property. I love my situation of renting. I love responsibilities being somebody else's problem and not my problem. So that's where I am with that, all right? But hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.